Batting third, the right fielder number 3, A.J. Winrich. Batting fourth, the extra hitter number 30, Bobby Sten. Batting fifth, first baseman number 16, Garrett Prospect. Batting sixth, left fielder number 12, Christian Malone. Batting seventh, catcher number 39, Logan Karowski. Batting eighth, third baseman number 23, Michael Hooley. Batting ninth, second baseman number 19, Kevin Dolan. Batting 10th, center field number 34, Neil Sander. On the mound for game 2 for the Doubledays, number 26, Devin McWaters.
Fans, please welcome Tarp Skunks fan, super fan, ready to throw out. Ceremonial first pitch. Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Pregame. For every day, you get our best. And now, ladies and gentlemen, down the green, make some noise for game 2 semifinal for your Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Leading off the shortstop from Western Michigan University, number 38, Pregame. Batting second baseman from Princeton, number 11, Tommy Googans. Batting third, the catcher from Pitt Bradford, number 7, Evan Frahela. Batting fourth, the extra hitter from Princeton, number 44, Jake Fergal. Batting fifth, the DH, number 20, Matt Thompson from Jamestown State. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 22, Kieran Gagnon.
Skunk fans, hello once again, and welcome to Jamestown Tarp Skunk Baseball and WRFA. Once again, this is Norm Rodriguez, joined by Jason Sample, with tonight's game being Game 2 of this doubleheader between your Jamestown Tarp Skunks and the Auburn Doubledays. A reminder, support for WRFA's coverage of Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball is through support from Schultz Auto Group, the Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency, Chautauqua Institution, and Reg Lene Center for the Arts. Funding is also provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Today's game is being broadcast on WRFA 107.9 FM and streaming on WRFALP.com, with the broadcast also available on the Tarp Skunks YouTube channel. Jamestown falls short in Game 1, 4-2. They've been in a bit of a landslide, and they need to get it together before it's too late.
Yes, Norman, it all starts right here. Just 5 more games left on the schedule now. After dropping game number 1, it's imperative that they try to win the majority of these 5 games, if not 4 of them. It'd be nice to see them win all of them, but all the same, Jamestown needs to come out swinging in this game and make a statement against Auburn, especially since Auburn has had Jamestown's number, now winning 5 of 5 games they played against Jamestown. All the games have been close except for the first game when they shut out Jamestown 7-0. Even last game was fairly close. Jamestown had some opportunities, missed opportunities, failed to capitalize on them, and Auburn was able to pull out the 4-2 victory in game number 1. So game 2 of the doubleheader, everything's wiped clean. The slate is anew, if you will. We've got a new starting pitcher and a little bit of a different lineup for Jamestown. It looks like Auburn's is primarily the same, but Jamestown has some new names. You'll get to that in a moment. But pitching for Jamestown is going to be Evan Berta to start game number 2. He has started 2 games. He's pitched 29.2 innings, has given up 22 hits, 11 runs, 10 of them earned, 17 walks, and 30 strikeouts. He's 1-1 on the season with an ERA of 3.03. It looks like the first batter is up. It's going to be Carson Gross, the shortstop, number 5.
And Berta's first pitch hits the outside corner for a strike, and I'm very happy they threw Berta in the starting rotation. One of the last games we called, he came in, worked 5 innings of relief, struck out 9 batters. So if he could do that in relief, I'm excited what he's going to do as a starter. As the grounder from Googans over to Hauk for a 4-3 ground out, and quickly 1 out as now Hazel Martinez, the DH, is up to bat.
Yeah, Martinez up to bat here, followed by A.J. Wenrich, and then Bobby Stang will be cleanup. So it's basically the same order. It is the same order as what we saw back in game number 1. Martinez did a great job in game number 1 against Jamestown, going 2 for 3 with a base hit and a double to go along with a walk. He also hit into a double play in the 7th inning.
And he also had 2 RBIs as well, it was pretty much a deciding factor. It was a 2-run deficit as Berta's next pitch on the 0-1 hits the heart of the plate for strike 2. And from 5 to 10, after Stang, it would be Prosper, Malillo. The only different player here, because Stang was the extra hitter in game 1, he's the catcher in game 2. This time it's going to be Logan Korwowski coming at right field. And then the other 3 are the same, Woolley, Dolan, and Sander, as the next pitch is called a ball, 1-2 count.
Just missed the outside edge of that plate. It looked awfully close to me, but they gave him the ball, so 1-2 the count here with Berta facing Martinez.
Well, here's the 1-2. This one popped up. It's in play. Frahella tried to get it, and, it hits off and does a little Happy Gilmore Plinko around the lights.
It eventually came down, though, so the count will remain 1-2 with 1 out here against Martinez. Berta, a left-handed pitcher for those of you listening at home or in your ride out there, unable to watch the video on YouTube, and also facing the left-handed Martinez.
Well, here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Tells Martinez his rubber ducky is the 1 for his first strikeout, and he has a chance for a 1-2-3 inning as Wenrich, the extra hitter, comes up the bat.
Looking at Wenrich last game, he struck out in the first inning last game, flew out in the second, flew out in the 4th, and struck out looking in the 7th. So he was 0 for 4 in the first game of this doubleheader.
Yeah, this one he's tabbed as the extra hitter. In game 1, he was in right field as the pitch was fouled off for a strike. So 0-1 delivery coming up here for Berta. Outside corner, strike 2.
Berto looking sharp in the early stages here. Like you said, Norm, we've seen him in relief a few times looking really sharp. So nice to see that they gave him a nod to start game number 2 here. Not his first start of the season. He has started 2 others, and there's another strikeout, 2 in the first inning. And just like that, falling like dominoes, the Doubledays go here in the top of the first, and Jamestown will step up here. It's going to be Grady Mee, Tommy Googans, and Evan Frahella, 1, 2, and 3 when we start the bottom of the first. But first, let's thank our sponsors. Support for WRFA's coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you in part by Reg Linné Center for the Arts, the official license holder of WRFA Radio. Reg Linné Center for the Arts is located in the heart of downtown Jamestown at 106 East 3rd Street. It offers comprehensive programming that inspires, educates, and empowers our community. Reg Linné also offers rentals of its facilities to the public, providing spaces for 12 to 1,200 guests. Don't forget the Reg Linné Centennial Party is happening downtown this coming Thursday. It's the 100th anniversary birthday party of the Reg Linné / Palace Theater, opening its doors in 1923, and we're celebrating 100 years later with a 100th anniversary party. The block party will run from 5 to 8 this Thursday. It's free admission. There's going to be refreshments there, food available, and live music from the band Uncle Ben's Remedy. Again, that's all happening this Thursday from 5 until 8 o'clock. And we hope to see you down there and celebrate 100th birthday of the Reg Linné Center for the Arts with your friends at the Reg and, of course, WRFA. For more information about the Reg, go online to reglinné.com or call 716-664-2465. Back to you, Norm.
Jason, as always, thank you very much. And what's funny is on that day, I actually have nothing going on, so I'll definitely swing down to that block party. I went to the one 2 years ago, a lot of fun. But right now, though, we got the Skunks starting lineup, and leading off just like last time, the greedy man, the one with the turbo on his heels, Grady Mee, the shortstop, Tommy Googans, the second baseman batting in the 2 spot, taking people to Frahella back behind the plate, Evan Frahella, number 7. In the cleanup spot like last time, Jake Kernodle, number 44, to third baseman. Then from 5 to 10, Matt Thompson, who's being the DH for this game. Kieran Gagnon shifting over to center. Drew Garth, the Wayne's World style, in right. Colin Houck, the first baseman. Connor Bendeck, the extra hitter. Alex Alstrom in left, and the starting pitcher for Auburn is Devin McWaters, number 26.
Devin McWaters has only pitched 16.2 innings. He started 2 games, given up 14 hits in 16 and 2/3 innings. 10 runs, 9 of which are earned, 7 walks, 20 strikeouts, however, and he comes in with an ERA of 4.86. So he is hittable. He has given up some runs, and we'll see if Jamestown can do something here. Grady Mee stepping up, who was 0 for 4 last game. Let's see if he can turn things around here against McWaters.
New dawn, a new game. Wanted the bunt pulled back, but it hit the zone anyway down the pipe for a strike. I like the idea, though. If he could lay it down not too far and stays fair, use your speed to do the rest. Next pitch is low for a ball. Count even here, 1-1. McWaters is next pitch. That's going to go through into right field, base hit. And this is where the danger zone begins, as now Tommy Googans comes up the bat. Not as speedy as Mee, but he's still got speed nonetheless.
Yes, he does, and Grady Mee on first base here to get things going in the bottom of the first inning is a promising sign for Jamestown. By the way, Tommy Googans' last game was 1 for 4 with a base hit. He did fly out in the first inning last game, grounded out in the 5th, and struck on the 7th. He got the base hit in the 3rd inning. Googans trying to advance Mee on to second, or maybe Mee will try to steal here. The pitcher is right-handed, McWaters, so he's got his back turned to first base. So a little bunt laid down the third base line, but out of play and rolls foul, so we'll do it again with an 0-1 count.
Yeah, Googans another one having a strong season, and gotta say it again, Jamestown needs to get a win here and get themselves back on the right track to possibly get first place. There's still an opportunity for them to do it in spite of this little slump they're in. All hope is not lost. Here comes the next pitch. It's right down the zone, strike 2. So Guggens quickly behind. I wonder if me will try to steal right here. 0-2 count, why not? Well, here's the pitch, and this could be 2. Oh, he mishandled it, and me's going to head over to third. And he's going to get there safely, and that's going to obviously be an E4.
Yeah, chalk that up as an E4, which is good news for Jamestown because nobody out rather than there being 2 outs. And I think the second baseman for the Doubledays, Kevin Dolan, was just chomping his bit at getting that double play and kind of took his eye off the ball, and it rolled right past his glove. E4 is ruled, and now Jamestown has 2 on board with no outs. And Evan Frahella stepping up here, the catcher, who had a good day at the plate hitting last game.
Wanted to bunt, but he pulled back, but it hit the outside corner anyway for a strike.
My apologies. He walked twice. He reached base twice last game. He didn't get ahead, but he did walk twice in the game.
Runners at the corners here, nobody out. Even a deep grounder can get me home. Just get the run in.
Well, for Hella looking to bunt right there and possibly just try to load the bases. Runner at third doesn't have to go, obviously, with nobody on second.
Well, I wouldn't worry about getting too fancy with the bunt. Just drive the run in. You need to build some momentum right away. Outside, 1-2. So me, the runner on third, and Guggens at first. 1-2 pitch coming. And that's fouled off. So Frahella fighting to stay in this at-bat and get a base hit.
Frahella is at the plate. Jake Kernodle on deck, and Matt Thompson will follow Kernodle.
Another 1-2 pitch coming. Another foul ball hits off the netting of the grandstands.
Yeah, almost went into the owner's box up here at Diethrick Park. We have several rooms up in the press box above the grandstand, including this spot for the owners of the Tarp Skunks, which is a group of local business owners and folks who want to support baseball. So they all chip in to help cover the costs. And they get to sit in one of the best seats in the stadium as a result. Fair trade-off.
Oh, they do, and it's a 2-2 count. And it's always a good thing when they say how much they enjoy the broadcast, though. It makes it worth doing it every time. And that's going to drop into center. No, not quite, but it's going to be enough to try to get me home. Long throw to the plate, not in time. May not have been a hit, but Frahella atones for a mistake from the last game by driving in an RBI in game number 2. And I think maybe during the break, Brazil will just give him a little hug.
Yeah, you know, I mean, when you're a young player like that, you don't want to come down too hard or whatever. They're not obviously professionals. It's a lesson learned. Last game, Frahella went beyond third base in a pass ball and tried to stretch it out into scoring a run at home and was tagged out with no outs. And Coach Brazil was not happy. But you got to have a short memory there, and we saw it there. Already Jamestown up 1-0.
And that one is foul. Very fortunate it didn't bounce forward. But again, it's Jake Kernodle coming up the bat.
Yeah, Kernodle last game got a base hit in the first inning and a base hit in the sixth inning, and he struck out, so he was 2 for 3 in game number 1. Jamestown, by the way, has now lost 6 of their last 10 games. So they want to try to right the ship here in this game 2 of our doubleheader today.
Well, here's the 0-1 coming up by McWaters, and that one hits the zone for strike 2. Paints that outside corner.
Yeah, a little low as well, but it must have just brushed the lower outside corner.
So McWaters already ahead 0-2. Pickoff, but back in safely is Guggens, and we saw this a lot from Isadale in the first start. He was a starter for game 1 for Auburn as a pitcher, and He relied a lot on pickoff attempts, and he was lucky he didn't go to the well one too many times. This is going to be a grounder, fielded by second, throw to first, and just by half a step. But the good news is Googans did advance over to second, no double play, and now it will be Matt Thompson, the DH.
Yeah, you heard the crowd questioning that, but that looked like it was an out to me.
Me too.
Matt Thompson, by the way, was 1 for 3 last game. He flew out in the second inning, got a base hit in the fourth inning, and struck out in inning number 6. 1-0 the score here in the bottom of the first inning, game 2 of our doubleheader on a Sunday night here on WRFA. Jamestown hosting Auburn.
McWater's checking. Googans in second. Here's the pitch. Low and outside. Ball 1. One-0 pitch on the way. Fouled off. Count goes even.
Grady Mead tore the inseam of his pants, Norm. And thankfully they have an extra pair of pants, but he's got a pretty good rip going all the way down the inside of his trousers there, sliding into home.
Well, hopefully they're not too tight where it looks like a leotard. But we got a 1-1 pitch here on the way, and that's going in the center, but it's going to have a case of the hang time, and it gets caught there by Sander for the third and final out. But Jamestown gets a run on the board on an RBI driven in by Frahella. Skunks up 1-0, second inning coming up on WRFA.
We'll have more live Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball in just a moment, but right now it's time to meet one of the Tarp Skunks right here on WRFA. I'm Evan Frahella, I'm a catcher. So right now we play for Legal, and I play for the University of Big Bradford. My major in political science and history, and I also have a double major in international affairs. I plan to go to law school after college.
Who's your favorite baseball team, and who's your favorite baseball player?
I root for the Dodgers. Long story short, Kike got traded there. Puerto Rican, Kike Hernandez. He's my favorite player, and I just love the Dodgers ever since.
Did you or do you currently play any other sports?
I used to play volleyball. I still play a little bit of beach volleyball here and there. But yeah, I played basketball too back in middle school, but don't play much of that anymore.
What do you like to do when you're not playing baseball?
I usually just go on hikes, go to the beach. Back in Puerto Rico, we got amazing beaches, so it's just beautiful just hanging out around people on the beach.
And what's your favorite baseball memory?
Playing with the guys. You just come to learn that these guys are day in, day out, and just remember the times you spend inside.
What do you like best about playing for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks?
The fans are amazing. They show up, and when they come, it's always exciting to play in front of them.
This is Norm Rodriguez, voice of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks on WRFA-LP. Tune in for live play-by-play action for each home game right here on your community radio station. For a complete broadcast schedule, visit WRFALP.com/TarpSkunks. See you at the ballpark.
Top of the second about to start here as the score is 1-0 Jamestown. A bit of a delay prior because, like Jason mentioned, Grady Mead had to switch his trousers because sometimes when you slide or you get into a collision, they rip. But the first pitch was called a strike, so the count's 0-1 to Stang. Next pitch by Berta is low and in the dirt, ball 1.
Yeah, Evan Berta's looking sharp so far here. Bobby Stang looking pretty sharp as well. He was 1 for 3 last game, got a double in the first inning. Lined out in the second, struck out looking in the fifth rather.
1-1 pitch, some off speed there on the outside corner, strike 2.
Yeah, you don't have to throw the high heat every single time, especially against a batter like Stang.
Burris shaking off a couple of signs. Now he's got the one he wants. He's ahead in the count, 1-2. Chop foul going to the Skunk dugout, and it nearly got caught by Patrick DeMarco.
Nice to see Patrick DeMarco still down there in spite of not being able to play for much of this season after injuring his throwing arm on the mound in the second half of June.
Yeah, and for Berta, that's a turkey, a hat trick, 3 straight strikeouts, as now it will be Prosper, the first baseman. But, yeah, there's been times before games I've had a chance to talk to Patrick every now and again, and in spite of the big cyberpunk-looking brace he's wearing on his arm, he's in high spirits, as this one's going to be grounded over, and Guggens can't quite get it. So it will be a single for Prosper.
Yeah, Prosper swung at the first pitch he saw from the left-handed Berta. Prosper also left-handed. And I thought for a second there Guggens would be able to make the play on that. But unable to do so, so we got one runner on board with one out here. And now comes Christian Malillo.
Yeah, Malillo playing in left, getting his first at-bat of this game.
He was 0 for 3 last game.
Next pitch is fouled off for a strike.
Including being struck out twice, if I'm not mistaken. Flew out in the first and, yeah, struck out in the third and the fifth inning last game.
Berta's got the pitch he wants. And here's the 0-1. Outside corner for strike 2. Prosper, he's got a decent lead off of the bag. Next pitch is just low, ball 1.
Yeah, it looked like he dropped it right in there for a strike, but I guess it was just a little too low.
Still though, 1-2 count. Next pitch, low and outside, 2-2.
Berta bringing a fastball that time.
Next pitch on the way, and that one fouled off. So Malillo making Berta throw a little Malilloquy here to get this out. Prosper again is the runner on first. 2-2 count, just one out. Next pitch on, no, pickoff.
Malillo stands 6'2". He's from Houston, Texas, goes to Southwestern University. He's a junior at Southwestern University.
Another 2-2 pitch, upstairs and outside, full count. Payoff pitch. Looked like he went around from my view, and he did. Strike 3. And Berta continuing to stay on fire, striking out 4 of the last 5 that he has faced. Take him to the Pigeon Festival.
Prosper remains at first base, and now comes Logan Kurwowski, the right fielder. The only new name we've seen so far. We'll give you his batting average for the season here in just a moment, along with some other stats. But meanwhile, here's the first pitch.
And that one just a tad low, ball 1.
Kurwowski's batting .200, only 5 plate appearances with 1 hit. Struck out once. So not a lot of playing time this season.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. Yeah, that's the only change in the lineup of any of the players from game 1 to 2. All the other 9 batters are still out there from game 1. Another one swung on and missed, 1-2, and Berta continuing to bring the heat.
Yeah, Kurwowski, a left-handed hitter. Berta, a left-handed thrower. Usually the advantage goes to the pitcher in this case.
Another pitch by Berta outside, but a nice catch by Frahella. Count goes even at 2s. Prosper's got a small lead off of first. Berta getting the sign. Next pitch on the way. Another one! How about another strikeout there for Berta? 5 of the last 6 batters he has faced, he has given him the K-gun. 5 strikeouts already for Berta, on the score still 1-0.
Yes, indeed. It's time to thank another one of our sponsors. Support for WRFA's coverage of Tarp Skunks baseball on our radio station is brought to you by Schultz Auto Group. Schultz Auto Group celebrating 50 years serving automotive needs of the greater Jamestown community with an excellent customer buying and ownership experience. All repair facilities have experienced and factory-trained technicians with state-of-the-art equipment for all automotive needs, no matter what engine type, gas, diesel, or electric. Schultz Auto Group, a proud supporter of Tarp Skunk baseball on WRFA. For more information, call 1-866-931-2998 or go online to schultzauto.com. Back to you, Norm.
And with that, McWater's getting ready to throw another inning of work here and gave up a run back in the bottom of the first, and it was off a sac fly by Frahella. And he's only allowed one hit so far, but what was a bit of an aid to extend the inning at one point was Googans getting on by an E4. But just one run on one hit for Jamestown, and a 1-0 lead as Gagnon, Garth, and Hauk are due up for Jamestown.
Yeah, Kieran Gagnon looking for his first hit today. He was 0 for 3 last game, grounding out, hit into a fielder's choice, and also struck out.
So warm-up pitches are complete.
As Norm noted, he'll be leading off the bottom of the second inning here. Just 7 innings for this game as well. It is a doubleheader after all. After today, Jamestown will be on the road at Geneva on Tuesday. They have tomorrow off. And then they'll be hosting Geneva here at Diethrick Park on Wednesday night. The second to last game of the season. And also the last final $2 night at Diethrick Park.
Indeed.
Which is always a treat.
Yeah, for anybody that doesn't know, it's $2 bleacher tickets, hot dogs, popcorn, soda, all the goodies. But here comes a pitch. Gagnon's going to bunt. It's going to go down to third baseman. Here comes a throw, and it's a little underneath. And I think that'll be ruled a base hit anyway because I think Gagnon would have possibly beat that out.
Yeah, they gave him the hit. He wheeled it down there with that infield bunt for a single. And for the second time now in as many innings, Jamestown has the lead runner on base. The last time that happened in the bottom of the first inning, Grady Mee, the lead runner, was able to score and make it 1-0. We'll see if they can add to the lead now with Drew Garth stepping up. He was inactive last game, batting left-handed.
McWater's his next pitch. Garth swings and misses for strike one.
Garth batting .262 on the season. He's got 65 at-bats, has 17 hits, 4 doubles, 1 triple, 13 RBI, and 9 strikeouts to go along with 6 walks.
Well, here comes the 0-1 on the way. Gagnon on first. Outside, 1-1.
Gagnon has 19 stolen bases on the season, looking for number 20.
Next pitch, and that looks like it could possibly drop, and it will. And the throw won't be in time. Good hustle there by Gagnon to recover. Runners on first and second with nobody out. Back-to-back singles to start off the second. And now it's going to be Colin Hauk, the first baseman.
Colin Hauk was also inactive last game. He's batting .222 with 63 plate appearances. He's got 14 hits, 1 double. He's got 7 RBI, 10 walks, struck out 18 times so far this season.
McWater's looking to get out of a jam here. Next pitch on the way, and that hits the outside corner. Strike one. McWater's getting the sign come set at the belt, checking Gagnon at second. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, strike two.
So an 0-2 count here against Hauk with runners at first and second and nobody out.
Jamestown looking to extend the lead. Here's the next pitch. Runners are going. And indecisiveness there is going to cost Stang. So both runners are safe. For Gagnon, he will join the 20 steal club with Grady Mee and Drew Garth also getting a steal. Garth not known for doing that super often.
Yeah, that's only his 6th stolen base of the ball game. But now it takes out the chance of a double play with no outs. You got to think at least one of these base runners is going to score before this is all said and done.
Well, here comes the 1-2. Houck gives that one a good ride into center. Hustling for his Sander. He'll make the catch. Gagnon's going to tag up, and it will drive in a run. So although Houck doesn't get a hit, he gets the job done, extends the lead 2-0.
There you go. Just like the first inning, the lead runner is able to get across the plate for another run. Now Jamestown is up 2-0 here with only one out. Connor Bendick stepping up to the plate. The first time we've seen him this evening. Bendick comes in with a 118 average, 34 plate appearances. He's got 4 hits, including a double, 4 RBI, 7 walks, and 8 strikeouts.
So he'll look to up his batting average a bit here in game 2. Garth, the runner at second. Next pitch, and here's the bunt, and it's going to stay fair. Throw over to first, and it took a bounce, but it is going to result in an out. A good snag there by Prosper, and telling the third baseman there in Woolley to go where no man has gone before. As Alex Ahlstrom, the last batter in the lineup, is up to bat for the first time.
Ahlstrom still looking for his first hit of the season. He's only had 11 at-bats so far. He does have 2 RBI, however, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts.
Next pitch is in the dirt, but staying able to block it. 1-0 count.
Alex Ahlstrom and his brother, both from the Dunkirk area. Dunkirk, New York, that is.
1-0 pitch on the way by McWaters. Fouled off, strike 1.
And both play at Finger Lakes Community College. So 1-1 the count here with 2 outs and a runner at third. Jamestown up 2-0 over the Auburn Doubledays here in game 2 of our doubleheader.
A basic could get Garth home. Well, that one's fouled off, makes it 1-2.
Yeah, Ahlstrom is looking for his first hit of the season, but boy, he couldn't come at a better time then than with a runner at third and adding another insurance run. We know that the Doubledays can definitely score. They've done it every game they've played against Jamestown.
1-2 on the way. It's going to be a chopper. It stayed fair. Throw over to first, and a good near split there by Prosper. In spite of that, though, Jamestown does put another run on the board off of an RBI sac fly by Colin Houck. Score now 2-0, Jamestown ahead. Third inning coming up after this on WRFA.
We'll have more live Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball in just a moment, but right now it's time to meet one of the Tarp
Thanks,
Skunks
Jeremy. All right, Jamestown,
on
do you want a chance to win a game worn Tarp Skunks jersey like Mrs. Phillips is wearing right now? Well, this Wednesday, July 26th, we're going to be hosting our Strikeout Cancer Game. And that game, you guys can wear these pink jerseys. We're sponsored by the American Cancer Society. We're fundraising to try to defeat cancer to sell these replicas that Mrs. Phillips has. She'll be around to sell these tickets, as well as in the merch store we have some that will be sold for $30. We accept cash, credit, and Venmo. All the proceeds from this are going to the American Cancer Society to help defeat cancer. So let's show your support, and we'll hope to see you on Wednesday when we play that game.
Probably the Final Four last year for the NCAA regional. What do you like best about playing for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks? Gotta be the crowd.
Jamestown Tarp Skunk baseball right here on WRFA 107.9 FM in Jamestown.
Top of the third about to start here, as it's going to be Michael Woolley leading it off to start it. And so far, Berta, the way he's been pitching so far, he must have had a bowl of ghost pepper chilies for breakfast without any milk, as that one's fouled off for a strike to start the inning.
What does that even mean, Norm?
That means he's on fire.
Got it. Well, Woolley is 0 for 2 last game. He was walked in the second inning, hit into a double play in the third. Here's a hit over to short. Mee picks it up, makes a throw over to Hauk in time for the out. Very close there, but nice work by Grady Mee to get the ball over in time, and a good job by Hauk to scoop it up, and that is one away.
And it's going to be Kevin Dolan coming up, and he'll look to do something with his first at-bat. Back in the first inning, he actually committed the error that got Tommy Googans on base. Here's Burr's next pitch, and that hits the outside corner for a strike.
Dolan reached base on an error in the second inning of game number 1 today, and then he flew out in the 4th and hit into a fielder's choice in the 6th, so he was 0 for 2. 0 for 3, rather.
Next pitch, though, was outside, even the count 1-1. Berto looking to keep the rolling going. Here's the next pitch, and it's going to be a blooper. Googans fields it, throw to first, and in time for out number 2.
Almost pulled Hauk off the base, but good job by Hauk to stay there. The umpire was right on top of it and saw it. So quickly 2 away here. And now we've got the final batter of the lineup, Emil Sander, stepping up.
Yes, Sander, he's been pretty busy in the outfield so far in game 2. Next pitch by Berta, outside and hit off the top of Frahella's glove, ball 1.
Sander walked twice last game, in the 2nd and the 4th inning, and he struck out in the 6th inning, so he was 0 for 1.
1-0 delivery coming up here for Berta. Here's a pitch. That's low and outside, 2-0. Next delivery on the way. This one's going into shallow right, but Garth able to survey and make the catch, and that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Berta, second one in 3 innings.
Yeah, party on, Garth. That'll do it for the top of the 3rd inning here. When we get back to the bottom of the 3rd inning, it's going to be Grady Mee, Tommy Googans, and Evan Frahella at the plate for Jamestown. In the meantime, let's thank another one of our sponsors. Support for WRFA's coverage of the Tarp Skunks is brought to you in part by Chautauqua Institution. Chautauqua Institution, a community on the shores of Chautauqua Lake that comes alive every summer with a unique mix of fine and performing arts, including theater and musical entertainment, along with lectures, interfaith worship, and programs and recreational activities. The 2023 season features Patti LaBelle, The Revivalist, Band of Horses, Straight No Chaser, Trombone Shorty, Mavis Staples, and many more. Chautauqua Institution. For more information, call 1-800-836-2787. That's 1-800-836-ARTS. Or simply go online to discover.chq.org. Back to you, Norm.
Jason, as always, thank you very much. And while we're waiting, though, speaking of all those bands, the other day, I actually had some time to relax. I was offered to get a free ticket to a concert over in Salamanca. I'm like, why not? I can get out for a little bit. It was, I've never been a fan of country music, but it wasn't a bad show, mainly because the guitarist was awesome for the Oak Ridge Boys.
Elvira. My heart's on fire for Elvira.
They actually did that song.
I bet. Was it the encore? Did they play that at the end?
Roughly. We decided to head out because the chairs, they were making our legs sore.
I got it. But all the same, you got to see the Oak Ridge Boys. Brothers. Brothers or boys?
Boys.
All right. So you do other things besides covering sports all the time, Norm, is what you're telling us.
When I have a chance to.
Grady Mee got a base hit in the 1st inning. Here he is to start the 3rd.
And the pitch is low for a ball. And, yeah, Grady Mee will look to go 2 for 2 because I'm sure he's hungry for some more steals.
Hungry to get his batting average back up after going 0 for 4 last game as well. He's off to a good start this game, 1 for 1 so far.
Wanted to bunt, but was able to abort, and it was ruled that it hit him.
I think it hit him in the foot.
That's what I was thinking.
So he reaches base on a hit by pitch. And for the 3rd consecutive inning, Jamestown has its lead runner on. Both times in innings 1 and 2, that lead runner ended up scoring. The score is 2-0. Jamestown is leading the Auburn Doubledays here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. A 7-game affair here because it is a doubleheader after all. Tommy Guggen's now stepping up. He reached base on an error back in the first inning.
Yeah, Jamestown looking to extend their lead. They've had one run in each of the first two. Next pitch on the way. Guggen's going to butt. It's a pop-up. Making the catch is the pitcher, McWaters, but me hustles back over to first. And Guggen's broke the rule of thumb. Never pop it up, and that was why.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to control the bunt and where it's going to go afterward, but good job by Grady Mee to read that all the way and was able to get back to first to avoid a double play, because he did start taking off towards second when the bunt was shown, but he saw that it was hit into the air and quickly ran back to first. Frahella here, he flew out back in the first inning.
And this could here we go. Nice flip over there to second, but the throw to first not in time, but still though, what a play there by Gross to flip it over there to Dolan. But hey, 1 out's better than none.
Yeah, they got the lead runner as well on that fielder's choice, so now it's 2 outs away with Frahella over at first base. And Jake Kernodle stepping up. He grounded out in the first inning. That was a ball, by the way. Both of Jamestown's runs have been scored by way of a sacrifice fly in this game.
Yes, they have. Frahella's got a pretty good lead off of first. Next pitch, though, on the way by McWaters. And Kernodle lets it go, but it's called a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Next pitch on the way, Kernodle fouls it and goes out of play for strike 2. So Kernodle looking to keep the inning alive and build towards extending the lead for the Skunks. 1-2 pitch coming up by McWaters. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So that's going to be the first strikeout of the game for McWaters. And no runs in this inning for Jamestown, but don't fret, Skunks fans. They're still ahead 2-0 after 3. Fourth inning momentarily after this on WRFA.
I am down here with I'm down here with James. He's going to play our Jamestown Tarp Skunks, deal or no deal. All right, James, what you have to do is put 2 of these cases to get rid of. You do not want to win. All right, what 2 cases are right? And 4. We're down to winning 3. Jamestown, let me hear it for 1. Jamestown, let me hear it for 3. All right, but you still get to decide. You want 1 or 3? All right, now open up page 3 and see what he's got. You want 1 Tarp Skunks t-shirt. Congratulations.
Back in middle school, I used to play basketball, kind of stay in shape, once I got back, what do you like to do when you're not playing baseball? I like to work out, exercise, just very family-oriented guy, spend time with my family, and maybe dance a little bit because my Colombian culture. And what's your favorite baseball memory? My favorite baseball memory is probably my junior year on opening day. This is after the COVID pandemic year, so high school season got canceled. So opening day, I hit a walk-off double, and we won the game with the NK, which is very good baseball team. Wow, that's awesome. And lastly, what do you like playing what do you like best about playing for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks? I just really like the community, kind of the support we get when you're up there, it kind of feels like your part's special, and it's been a great time here, and unfortunately it's coming to an end, but I just want to thank the community for all they've done.
You're listening to Jamestown Tarp Skunks Baseball, right here on WRFA-LP 107.9 FM in Jamestown.
Top of the 4th about to start, and we were talking about it during the break, possibly due to pitch count limit or inning limit. It's the end of the day for Berta, but a terrific performance. 3 shutout innings, striking out 5 batters, but now It's the guy that's got the 3 stars on his hat, the veteran of the Skunks, Ryan Rafalski, now on the belt.
Yeah, Ryan Rafalski, no stranger to Jamestown Tarp Skunk fans. He's been here all 3 seasons the team has been in existence. He's appeared in 9 games, has started 1 game, 25 and 1/3 inning pitch, 23 hits given up, 12 runs given up, 9 of them earned, 18 walks, 27 strikeouts, and an ERA of 3.20.
Solid numbers indeed, especially for a setup guy, bullpen pitcher, as his first pitch is a strike on the inside corner, and his next pitch on the way. And lined right into the glove of Houck. Happy, happy, joy, joy right to him for the first out.
That was Carson Gross, by the way, so now comes Hazel Martinez, who struck out in the first inning via Evan Berta. We'll see if Rafalski can do something here against him.
Rafalski's next pitch is in the dirt, but Frahella, again, a nice job blocking it.
Rafalski's second on the team in strikeouts. The leader is Berta. Rafalski, though, is right behind him.
And this one's a high shot in the right. Garth chasing it down, and he'll make the catch.
That was a deep one.
Yes,
almost
it
to the
was.
warning track. About a foot away from the warning track, but all the same. Caught in the outfield there for out number 2, and now comes A.J. Wenrich, who struck out in the first inning. Evan Berta, by the way, now has 35 strikeouts on the season, and Rafalski is second on that list with 27. So he'll need to get 8 strikeouts here to tie Berta.
I think his main focus, though, will probably be to maintain this lead and split the doubleheader, as the next pitch is a strike down the pipe.
I agree. I'm sure that is definitely what his focus is here.
Or I beg your pardon, it was called a ball. From my view, it looked like he called it a strike, but must have looked at it wrong, so my apologies on that. Now it's a strike on the foul, so it's 1-1. Rafalski's next pitch is low and outside, ball 2. Rafalski's 2-1. Outside, ball 3. Not a bad off-speed pitch, but it veered a little off outside.
Yeah, it looks like he lost a little bit of control on that one right when it was released.
Well, here's the 3-1. And that's going to be called ball 4. Or, oh, he didn't call a strike on that one, so. Okay, now he's saying full count. He had 3-2. I didn't see
You
him.
were right the first time, Norman. The scorekeeper called it a ball.
Okay, so this one is popped up. It's going to be a 3-man Bermuda triangle. And caught there in center field by Gagnon. And a 1-2-3 inning for Rafalski, and the score still the same, 2-0.
All right, let's thank another one of our sponsors, shall we, Norm?
Always.
Support for WRFA's coverage of Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you in part by the County of Chautauqua Industrial Development Agency. The Chautauqua County IDA is an economic development organization authorized and empowered by New York State to make Chautauqua County a better place to work, to live, and to visit. The IDA facilitates development by attracting new businesses. It also promotes the retention and expansion of existing businesses. And it offers assistance in the forms of tax abatements, low-interest loans, and bond financing, all of which enhance the opportunities for job creation and retention across Chautauqua County. The Chautauqua County IDA, a proud supporter of Jamestown Tarp Skunk baseball on WRFA. For more information, you can call 716-661-8900 or visit ccida.com. Norm, they're playing your song again. Sweet Caroline.
It's
always
a good song.
always been a fan of the Solitary Man, which is a good solid hit by Neil.
Yep.
Neil Diamond, right? I was going to say Neil Young.
You know what? You know another one I almost didn't even think about that they could play too.
Giddy Up a Cracklin' Rosie.
That too. Song Sung Blues, another good one.
Oh, that is a good one.
Holly Holy.
Yep. Coming to America.
Yeah, I actually mentioned that the last game too. So
he's got a lot of them.
Oh, he does.
What is the story behind Sweet Caroline being played for the 7th inning stretch in Boston? Is there any reason why they decided to
I think it's because maybe Neil Diamond's from Massachusetts. I could be wrong. I'm not too certain.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people from Massachusetts, and they don't get their song played in the 7th inning. Look at the band Boston. Look at Aerosmith. I'm sure there's others. Those are the two that come to the top of my head. The Lemonheads are from Boston.
Hey, it would be cool, though, to hear Dream On or Back in the Saddle for the 7th inning stretch.
That would be nice.
Something that's hyped up and not kind of somber.
Well, here we are, bottom of the 4th inning now, and Jamestown's Matt Thompson stepping up to the plate. He flew out in the 1st inning.
And he flies out right now on the first pitch that he sees.
And that was, again, flying out to right field. Twice now he's flown out to right field. And now Kieran Gagnon stepping up, got a base hit and scored the second run of the ball game in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, during that, he also got a steal, and now he and me are in the 20 steal club. Next pitch on the way, and it's low. Or no, I beg your pardon, it's called a strike. Must have hit the zone before it got dropped by Stang. Next pitch on the way, outside, 1-1. So count even here 1-1 with just 1 out. Next pitch on the way by McWaters. Outside corner for strike 2.
This 4th inning is the first time the lead batter for Jamestown is unable to reach base.
Well, here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And so for McWaters, that'll be his 2nd strikeout of the game. And now it's going to be Drew Garth.
Yeah, the right fielder, Drew Garth, who got a base hit in the 2nd inning, got a stolen base as well, was stranded at 3rd base in the 2nd inning. Now with 2 outs, he steps up here to face McWaters.
And Garthy gives it a decent shot to left, but it's going to hang like a lollipop and land right into the glove of Malillo. So a very quick 1-2-3 inning. However, Jamestown is still ahead 2-0. 4 innings down, 5th one coming up on WRFA.
Hey, Jeremy. All right, Jamestown. We got the Dizzy Bat game back. So what these guys are going to do is take these baseball bats and put them on their board nets. Spin 15 times before they're allowed to shoot the ball that one of these guys gives them. Here's the catch. They cannot shoot past where I am standing right here. Or else they're going to be blocked. Are you guys ready to spin? Are you ready, Jamestown? All right, 15 spins in 3, 2, 1, go!
Registration will remain open through 11:59 p.m. on Thursday, August 11th. On-site registration will start on Saturday, August 12th. More information, including a link to the registration page, can be found at WRFALP.com or by going online to trysignup.com. It's the annual Herring Trail Run in memory of Dave McDonald with proceeds to support WRFA. Happening Sunday, August 13th at 9 a.m.
Oh, you're too close, you're too close, you're too close.
Voice for Jamestown Tarp Skunks on WRFA-LP. Tune in for live play-by-play action for your right here on your community radio station. For a complete broadcast schedule, visit WRFALP.com/tarp.
Top of the 5th about to start here as Rafalski will get another inning of work, score 2-0, and so far it's a combined 1-hitter by the Skunks pitching as the 4th through 6th batters are due up. It'll be Stang first up to start it off.
Yeah, quiet so far for Auburn Doubledays. Just 1 hit and 1 runner left on base. No walks by either pitcher, Evan Berta, the starting pitcher, or Ryan Rafalski.
Next pitch by Rafalski, outside corner for strike 1, and for anybody that missed the action, he only pitched 3 innings, but Berta made the most of it, only allowed 1 hit and struck out 5 batters. But the 0-1 by Rafalski is in the dirt, but again, a great block there by Frahella as the count evens out. Next one on the way by Rafalski. It's a 1-1 pitch, and this one's ripped to left, and just foul. Oh, that one was tight roping, but that's one Philippe Petit wouldn't have been able to do.
Yeah, Stang wish he had that one back and straightened it out just a little bit. Stang's got power. We saw him hit a double off the wall in game number 1 here. He also had a nice rip a couple of weeks back when he was here in Jamestown. Obviously, batting cleanup, you know he's going to drive the ball. We saw it right there, but about a foot foul. And so he'll come back and do it again with a 1-2 count against Rafalski.
Well, here's the pitch. Upstairs and inside, it's now a 2-2 count. Rafalski's next pitch. Outside, full count. Not a bad pitch, but just did not get the outside corner.
Stang, by the way, comes from Massapequa, New York. He stands 6'4", weighs 250 pounds. And there's a walk. Looking at that pitch by Rafalski. So Stang is on base, the leadoff hitter here in the bottom, or rather the top of the 5th inning. And now Garrett Prosper steps up. He got the only hit so far tonight, a base hit off of Evan Berta.
He's also made a few great defensive plays in the infield where the ball is thrown to him. One of them, he had to do a split. The other one, he nearly had a foot off the bag because he had to jump a little bit. But plays like that have kept them in the game as this one's popped up. This one going into orbit as Googans calls for it and makes the catch for an easy out number 1.
So Prosper goes down with that fly out, and now Christian Malillo, the left fielder, coming up here. He was struck out by Berta in the 2nd inning. Keep an eye on first base here. I don't think Stang is going to get a huge leadoff, but one of the best pickoff moves we've seen is courtesy of Ryan Rafalski.
Yeah, the last game we saw him pitch, he didn't have just one. He had 2 pickoffs.
He's got a really quick move to first base, so Stang's got to be careful over there on first. Meanwhile, that first pitch was a ball, 1-0 the count.
Next pitch on the way. That one's right down the middle for a strike. So counts even here, 1-1 with 1 out, and Stang, the runner, on first. Not a huge lead, though, so it wouldn't be too concerning about a steal. Next pitch is inside and low, ball 2. Another pickoff, but Stang gets back in safely, and over the years we've done games together that we've seen pitchers either have a casual pickoff or it's lightning quick.
Well, Rafalski falls in the latter category for certain.
2-1 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He wanted that 2-run moonshot, but was the victim of the great equalizer pitch. So count here, 2-2. As that one is outside for a full count. So a payoff pitch coming here for Rafalski. Malillo looking to get on base and start a rally here for the Doubledays. Here's the pitch. This one is hit to shallow center. Gagnon, though, backpedaling a bit, and he'll make the catch for the 2nd out.
So that's 2 away here in the top of the 5th inning of a 7-inning ball game, game number 2 of our doubleheader. If you're just joining us, Jamestown lost the first game of our doubleheader 4-2. They had some chances but couldn't capitalize. Here they are on top in game number 2, top of the 5th inning with 2 outs now. The score is 2-0. Runner at first for the Auburn Doubledays and Mike Woolley, or rather Logan Kowalski stepping up to the plate. He struck out in the 2nd inning by Berta.
And the next pitch to him was a strike, making an 0-1 count. Next one by Rafalski on the way. That one upstairs, but Rahela with a great catch there to avoid it going to the backstop. One delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Rafalski looking for his first strikeout of the ball game here. We saw 5 of them from his predecessor, Evan Berta, who started the game and pitched 3 innings. We believe he was pulled simply because of a pitch count.
1-2, though, upstairs and inside to even it.
Yeah, Berta probably could have, gone all 7 innings if he really wanted to, but you got to be careful in the summer league.
Right.
These are college players. You don't want to fatigue their arm.
Well, unfortunately for him, though, he won't be eligible for the victory because with the double headers, you got to have at least 4 innings pitched. He was 1 shy. But Rafalski's been manning the fort very well since coming in, and it's going to be a balk. Now we've seen 1 in each game. I think there's a blue moon out tonight. That's a rarity. That puts Stang in scoring position, and a base hit could possibly cut this deficit in half. And that one is swung on and missed for strike 3, so big strikeout there for Rafalski. That is his
first strikeout,
first one. I looked at it wrong almost. But
6th strikeout of the game, the first one by Ryan Rafalski. And so the top of the 5th is now put away. When we get to the bottom of the 5th, by the way, we have Colin Hauk, Connor Bendick, and Alex Ahlstrom coming up to the plate. But let's thank another one of our sponsors. Support for WRFA's coverage of Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you in part by Schultz Auto Group. Schultz Auto Group celebrating over 50 years serving automotive needs of the greater Jamestown community with an excellent customer buying and ownership experience. All repair facilities have experienced and factory-trained technicians with state-of-the-art equipment for all your automotive needs, no matter what engine type, gas, diesel, or electric. Schultz Auto Group, a proud supporter of Tarp Skunk Baseball on WRFA. For more information, call 1-866-931-2998. That's 1-866-931-2998. Or simply go online to the internet, schultzauto.com. Norm, back to you.
Jason, as always, thank you very much. And, of course, always great to be able to do another game with you. This is by far the most we've done together in any of the tenure that we've done this program as a duo broadcasting. And it's going to be McWaters getting another inning, and the batters due up, like you said, Hauk, Bendeck, and Ahlstrom. Hauk, even though he doesn't have a hit, he does have an RBI to his name.
Well, McWaters is in his 5th inning here. He's given up 3 hits, 2 runs, struck out 2, and hit 1 batter. Has yet to walk anyone yet. So those are his numbers here. A fairly clean slate. Jamestown has left 3 runners on, by the way. They've scored 2 runs, got 3 hits, as I noted. 1 error committed by Auburn has helped them out in their cause back in the 1st inning. And also, like I said, 3 runners left on. So a fast-moving ball game here as this game began about an hour ago, if I'm not mistaken, and we're already in the bottom of the 5th. Just about 7:30, right, is when a little bit after 7:30 is when our game started.
Yeah, a little more than an hour. Maybe like an hour and 5 minutes, roughly. But
making good time.
Indeed, as Hauk comes up the bat, this will be a chopper. Goes over to short, throw to first, and another great stretch out there by Prosper. Showing shades of Spock with that stretch.
So Hauk quickly grounds out. So we've got Connor Bendeck stepping up here. He grounded out back in the 2nd inning. His only plate appearance today.
Bendeck, I do believe he's due for a hit right here as the next pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, only 35 plate appearances so far this season, counting the one earlier tonight.
This one's going to be a chopper going to 3rd. Fielded there cleanly, throw to 1st. And another one where the splits is done by Prosper. I wonder if he's got a little bit of granite in those cleats, because I always wonder if he's going to inadvertently do a full split and have some shades of gymnastics right there.
I don't know. He's part Jean-Claude Van Damme or something there, because he's really stretching it out for all it's worth. But, hey, you get the out, and that's really all that matters at the end of the day. And it goes to show you don't have to be a big, imposing person to play first base in baseball. You know, we've obviously got Cooper Monroe, who is imposing at standing 6'6". I don't think Prosper is nearly that tall. That was an inside pitch, up and inside for a ball, 1-0 the count.
And here comes the next delivery. That one foul tipped for strike one.
Prosper, well, they got him listed at 6'2" here, Norm.
From looking down there, it looks like he's 5'10".
Definitely. That's a pitch that went into the dirt for ball number 2. Well, maybe he is 6'2", but could fool me. I thought he was maybe 5'11".
Next pitch is upstairs, and the count's 3-1.
Alex Ahlstrom, the last batter in the order, by the way, trying to keep things going in the bottom of the 5th here for Jamestown. He watches that one cross the plate for a strike. We got a full count now, 3-2 with 2 outs. If he gets on, Grady Mee will come back up to the plate for the 3rd time tonight.
Well, here comes the payoff. Swung on a miss for strike 3, and a 1-2-3 inning there for McWaters, and score still 2-0, though. Jamestown is ahead after 5 innings. The 6th inning coming up in just a moment right here on WRFA.
Hello, this is WRFA Station Manager Jason Sample with an important announcement. Beginning October 1st, 2023, WRFA will no longer be supported through funding from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting due to not reaching the local support threshold needed to qualify for the funding.
Just 2 more innings left.
As a result, we will be doing a programming overhaul that will include the removal of a variety of syndicated programs that were funded through the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Between now and September 1st, WRSA will be seeking input from the community regarding the future of programming on the radio station. A link to the community survey is available on our website, WRSALP.com. Input can also be provided by using the comments section of our website. Also, for the remainder of this year and in the coming years, the station will also be ramping up its fundraising efforts, encouraging individuals and businesses who support community radio to make a contribution to our station to ensure our financial stability. Now more than ever, WRSA is relying on the support from the community to keep community radio alive and well in Jamestown. You're listening to Jamestown Tarp Skunks Baseball right here on WRSA LP 107.9 FM in Jamestown.
6th inning about to start here as Rafalski's about to get his 3rd inning of work. And since coming in for Berta, he has picked up where Berta left off when his night was over. And the difference between Game 1 and Game 2 of this doubleheader for Jamestown, it's been night and day.
Yeah, Jamestown playing very sharp so far. Just 1 hit given up, 1 walk. So only twice have batters been able to reach base.
As that one's fouled off for a strike, as it is Woolley that's up to bat, and then it'll be Dolan and Sanders, so the bottom 3.
This is Rafalski's 3rd inning, by the way, coming in relief after Evan Berta pitched 3 innings.
Another foul ball for strike 2.
So 0-2 quickly the count here. Rafalski looking for his 2nd strikeout. We've seen 6 strikeouts by the Tarp Skunks so far, the majority going to Berta.
And swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for the 3rd-year Skunk, and he's pushing the 30 strikeout mark for the season, which for a league like this and only so many games, that's actually a pretty high number.
Not bad at all, especially since they don't really go deep when they do pitch a lot of innings.
So now it will be Dolan that's back up, and next pitch, a strike down the heart of the plate. Oh, 0-1 delivery, fouled off, going over the top of the press box for strike 2.
Yeah, Rafalski has only pitched 27 innings, now 28 innings if you count this one right here. So he's good for a strikeout per inning on average.
And that one fouled off, and Dolan will get to see another one. Take 3 on the 0-2 pitch. Upstairs, 1-2.
Yeah, you're up in the count. They'll give him anything too pretty to swing at. That definitely wasn't pretty.
Nothing wrong with a waste pitch, because they might chase. But here's the 1-2. That one outside, 2-2.
Yeah, he almost hung that over the plate, but not quite. A little outside.
2-2 delivery. It's going to be a grounder. Me fields it. Throw to first. Not going to be in time. That will be ruled a hit. It looked like he was going to be safe regardless. So, first hit of the game for Dolan. Just a second hit in this game of the doubleheader for the Doubledays. And ever since that win, their bats have gone really quiet.
Yes, they have, Norm. Only 2 hits to go along with the 6 strikeouts they've had. And now Emil Sander will step up. He flew out back in the 3rd inning. He's got a runner at first here with 1 out in the top of the 6th. 6 of 7, by the way.
And this one's going to drop into shallow left center field for a base hit.
So back-to-back base hits here for the Auburn Doubledays means they got a little something cooking here. The tying run now at first base. And a runner in scoring position on second. That's Kevin Dolan. And we're back to the top of the order with Carson Gross stepping up, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2, grounded out in the 1st inning and lined out in the 4th inning.
Looks like there's going to be a quick conference on the mound. Rafalski giving up back-to-back base hits. There's no action going on in the bullpen as of yet. This is probably just to say to him, let's calm the nerves a little bit. You do got 1 out in your favor, and you got a 2-run lead.
Yeah, and he's been pitching pretty sharp the past 2 innings as well. So it is really just an opportunity to calm him down a bit, maybe strategize on the infield here with runners at first and second with 1 out. Potential for a double play. I'm sure they're talking about that. And my feeling is that Rafalski will stay in through the remainder of this inning, barring things going totally off the rails. Right now, though, if you're just joining us, Jamestown is up 2-0 in this Game 2 of our doubleheader today. They lost 4-2 in Game 1 against the visiting Auburn Doubledays. This is the 6th and final time these 2 teams will play each other this regular season. Auburn has won every game. They are 5-0 against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. So Jamestown obviously doesn't want to have the dubious distinction of losing every game they've played against Auburn this season, so they're playing hopefully to get a victory.
Well, here's Rafalski's next pitch. This one's popped up. Frahella chasing it and can't quite make the catch. Ran into the netting of the grandstands, but I don't think it would have counted anyway because it probably would have been trapped.
Yeah, we were watching it, Norm, and we couldn't really stick our head out of the press box here, or we would have gotten hit in the noggin. That's how close it was to us. It went straight up in the air and fell straight down, and I think Frahella ran out of room. My guess is that it may have bounced off and glanced off of the backstop. All the same, that's a strike. 0-1 the count now with 1 out.
Yeah, this is a big chance for Auburn to get back in this fully, but this one's going into shallow left center, and Gagnon chasing it down. He'll make the catch, and the runners stay put. So that's a big out number 2.
Out number 2 indeed, and now comes Hazel Martinez, who is 0 for 2. He struck out in the 1st inning and flew out to right field in the 4th inning. The Doubledays here, trying not to leave 2 runners on. They've left 1 on already. That was all the way back in the 2nd inning. Here we are in the top of the 6th inning. Jamestown trying to put an end to this little mini rally they're trying to put together.
Next one is a ball outside.
And we are hitting the danger part of the lineup. Martinez, Wenrich, and Sting are all very powerful hitters. We'll definitely see them at least one more time tonight, but Rafalski hoping to put this inning to bed by getting Martinez out.
Here's the next pitch, and low and inside, but Frahella able to block it again efficiently, making the count 2-0.
Dolan on second, Sander on first. Martinez at the plate.
2-0 pitch. High and inside, ball 3, 3-0 count.
Well, he's got to deliver it right down the middle here, and I can't imagine Martinez is going to swing unless he really likes the pitch. But with a 3-0 count, that's going to be outside for a ball. So the count is now, well, that was ball 4, so it's 4-0.
Yeah, and as the next batter comes up to bat, and A.J. Wenrich, I talked to you a little bit about this before the start of game number 2. If Auburn were to win game 2 of this doubleheader, which is still possible, and should they get on a run and should Jamestown get on an even worse slump, there's a big possibility Auburn could leapfrog over Jamestown, and that's big playoff implications. Next pitch, though, outside corner, strike 1. That's what Rafalski needed.
Well, the top 2 teams get in, right? So Jamestown in third won't really advance anyway. They have to be in second or first.
Oh, I honestly did not know that. I thought it was top 4. That's my bad then. But here's the 0-1 on the way, and this one's going to left. Looks like it's going to go fair, and it will. 1 run's going to score. Now it's going to be a tie game, and another runner's going to get waved home. And just like that, the 2-run lead disappears. Martinez scores the go-ahead run and a 3 RBI double by AJ. When I'm not poor, I'm rich.
And the bullpen of the Skunks are irate because that ball looked like it landed foul. The umpire called it fair, but from up here it looked like it just went foul as well, just to the left by a grass blade or two of the left field foul line. But they called it fair, so now we've got 3 runs on the board. All 3 runners that were on base scored, and Jamestown now trailing by a run. 3-2 the score here with a runner at second with that double by Wenrich. And Stang, the dangerous Stang, now up at the plate looking to add to this lead. So the wheels did sort of go off here, but the game's not over, obviously. Only in the top of the 6th inning of a 7-inning ball game because it's a doubleheader. Yes, it is. And if I can be honest, from my view of it, it did look like it landed a smidge on the fair side, but that's just from what I saw. But at the end of the day, the call's the call. But it's just a 1-run deficit now. It's not the time to panic. You just got to get through the 6th and then get a rally of your own going to respond in the bottom of the 6th. Jamestown, they are the masters at those type of high-pressure moments. As Rafalski's ahead in the count 0-2, and in the dirt, but Frahella able to block it, and he'll give it back to Rafalski. And before the next pitch, once again, we're at the top of the hour. You're listening to Jamestown Tarp Skunk Baseball on WRFA-LP 107.9 FM in Jamestown, New York, and 3 runs here in the top of the 6th in this 7-inning Game 2 doubleheader. And Auburn down 2-0, came back to take the lead, and this one over to center, but right into Gagnon's glove. But the damage is done. Auburn comes all the way back with 3 runs, and they take the lead 3-2. All right, we'll see what Jamestown does in the bottom of the 6th. Coming up will be Grady Mead, Tommy Googans, and Evan Frahella. In the meantime, let's thank another one of our sponsors. Support for WRFA's coverage of Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you in part by Chautauqua Institution. Chautauqua Institution, a community on the shores of Chautauqua Lake that comes alive every summer with a unique mix of fine and performing arts, including theater and musical entertainment, along with lectures, interfaith worship and programs, and recreational activities. The 2023 season features Patti LaBelle, The Revivalist, Band of Horses, Straight No Chaser, Trombone Shorty, Mavis Staples, and more. Chautauqua Institution, bringing you the Jamestown Tarp Skunks in 2023. For more information, call 1-800-836-2787 or visit discover.chq.org. And with that, McWaters is staying on for another inning of work here. And the good thing for Jamestown is, being down by 1 run, this is the lineup you want to start it off. It's the top of the order. Me, Googans, and Frahella that are due up. Well, at the start of the ball game, it was Grady Mee who led off the game with a base hit and ended up scoring for Jamestown. Let's hope we can see a repeat of that. It looks like they're going to keep Mac Weather out there for another inning. So they're going to go with their starter here for at least 1 more in the bottom of the 6th. And if he can shut the Tarp Skunks down this inning and possibly get a reliever to come in to help him out at the end of the 7th, he'll get the win. In spite of Jamestown holding all the cards until we saw what transpired in the 6th inning, which I still think, Norm, that was a foul ball. And the bullpen agrees with me. And they were much closer than me or you or that umpire who called it fair.
I understand that, but I'm just saying from what I saw on my angle of it. It's not to say nothing bad against the team. It's just what I felt I saw. No more, no less. But Grady Mee coming up to bat, he is 1 for 1, and he'll look for hit number 2. He has singled and has been hit by a pitch. If he can get on base here to start the bottom of the 6th, look out, because a furious rally could possibly be coming. And again, that's something Jamestown's really good at in the later innings. As McWaters' next pitch is on the way, upstairs for a ball.
Yeah, Mee's already got a hit off of McWaters once, and he also was hit by McWaters in the 3rd inning. So the odds are in his favor of reaching base.
Next pitch inside, 2-0. So McWaters behind the count, 2-0. Here comes the next pitch on the way. Inside corner, 2-1. Mee looking to get on base to start a rally here in the bottom of the 6th. And that one down Broadway, strike 2. Honestly, I wonder if that's one Mee would like back, because that looked like one that could have been swingable.
All the same, it makes the count 2-2 here, Norm.
It does. So McWaters comes back from 2-0. Here's the 2-2. Upstairs, full count. You got to get on base any way you can, whether it be a walk or a hit, as this one's fouled off and going to the Skunk dugout, and count stays full.
Yeah, good job by Grady there to defend the plate and keep the 3rd strike from getting across, so we'll redo it again here with a 3-2 count.
Well, here's the payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Yeah, that's McWaters' 4th strikeout of the ball game, if I'm not mistaken. And now stepping up to the plate will be Tommy Googans, who is 0 for 2. He reached base on an error in the 1st inning and flew out to first base, rather to the pitcher, in the 3rd inning.
Skunks down to their last 5 outs. They got to get something going here. This is the crunch time part of the season where you need to win as often as you can. Next pitch, outside corner, strike 1.
Well, the schedule only shows 5 more games, Norm, including this one. So they definitely want to go out with a bang. They got to make something happen here.
Last pitch was fouled off, making the count 0-2 for Googans. Got the sign he wants. Here's the pitch. Chopped foul, so Googans still alive.
Frahella on deck following Googans here with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here comes the pitch from McWeather.
Oh, and that's a swing and a miss and a pitch that was way outside for strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts for McWaters.
Actually,
or 3 in a row.
Yeah, 3 in a row because he struck out Alex Ahlstrom in the end of last inning. So he's had 3 consecutive strikeouts here. He may be hitting his stride at the wrong time for the Tarp Skunks. Evan Frahella stepping up. He flew out in the 1st inning and hit into a fielder's choice in the 3rd inning.
Or I beg your pardon. This time he went around for strike 3. I thought that was strike 3 in the last pitch, but even so, it's still a strikeout.
I see. He's still at the plate. And I was wondering what was going on there, Nor. Did they just call that one a ball instead? Is that what it was?
Well, it must have been that it didn't get put on the board.
Got it. All the same, it's a strikeout now, so it is 3 strikeouts in a row for McWaters, or McWeather, I mean.
So for Hella, he is looking to get his first hit in this game, but in spite that he doesn't, he does have an RBI as the next pitch was called a strike. 0-1 delivery coming up here for McWaters. That one low, 1-1. So even count here with 2 outs. Skunks down to their last 4. Next pitch on the way. And it's a check swing that's going to go foul for strike 2.
Jamestown was in full control of this ball game until the top of this inning when things sort of went sideways. Here's the pitch. That'll be just outside for a ball. 2-2 the count with 2 outs here. And all it took was 1 hit with the bases loaded to change the course of the game. It was 2-0, and then it was 3-2.
Next pitch, and that's going to drop into right field. Oh, and it got misplayed there in right. And Frahella's going to head for second. A bit of a mistiming there by Karwowski in right, and now he's in scoring position, and Jake Cardone coming up to bat, and we know he's got the flamethrower, the Bunsen burner, anything that is major bangage and boomage to swing a baseball.
Well, if there's ever a time for Coronado to want to show his power and exhibit what he can do, it might be now here in the bottom of the 6th inning of a 7-inning game. Not a lot of chances left here. Runner in scoring position, but 2 outs means every hit is going to count.
And this one's going into right, but it's going to hang, and it gets caught there by Karwowski, and score does remain 3-2, and that was actually ruled a single and an E9 on Frahella's at bat, but it doesn't matter anymore. It's 3-2 still. 7th inning coming up. Stick around for the conclusion on WRFA.
The Jamestown Tarp Skunks will return to the airwaves on WRSA-LP for a 3rd straight season in 2023. All Tarp Skunks home games are being broadcast right here on 107.9 FM, as well as streaming worldwide at the station's website, WRSALP.com. In addition, the Tarp Skunks will provide the in-game broadcast for all home games on their YouTube channel, Video Stream. Our 2023 coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is made possible through funding from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, Chautauqua Institution, and Schultz Auto Group. For a complete broadcast schedule, visit the Tarp Skunks page on the WRSA website or check out our event schedule on Facebook. You're listening to Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball right here on WRSA-LP 107.9 FM in Jamestown.
Top of the 7th about to start here as Rafalski's going to get another inning of work, and it'll be Prosper, Malillo, and Karwowski that are due up. And back in the 6th inning, for anybody that are just tuning into the broadcast or the live stream, Jamestown was up 2-0 going into the 6th inning, and then what has pretty much been deemed a controversial call that was fair. And I'll be honest, from my view it looked it, but from others it looked foul, but it was called fair, and the bases were loaded, all 3 runners scored, and Wenrich was credited with a 3 RBI double, so that's how the score became 3-2, as Prosper is up to bat.
Well, there's no do-overs or take-backs or anything like that here in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League, so you might as well just put it behind us, whether it was fair, foul, whatever. That's all behind us. Now it's looking forward and trying to put out the Auburn Doubledays here in the top of the 7th and give Jamestown a chance to rally back in the bottom.
Well, here's the next pitch. It's low and inside for a ball. For Auburn, this is a chance for some insurance runs, but Jamestown, they need to put a 0 on the 7 column. And that one almost hit Prosper for ball 2.
Yeah, Rafalski came in the 4th inning, was looking very sharp in 4th and 5th inning, and even to start out the 6th inning, he had a strikeout. There's a hit over to center field, and Gagnon will be there for the catch, so that's 1 away here with a fly out to center. And now Christian Malillo, the left fielder, will step up. He struck out in the 2nd inning and flew out to center field in the 5th inning. But yeah, things kind of went sideways after that, Norm. With 2 outs, we thought Jamestown would get out of the jam, but instead we saw a walk and then that double that led to the 3 runs being scored.
Yeah, the next pitch was ruled inside for a ball. Next pitch on the way, low and outside for a ball. So count 2-0. Next pitch by Rafalski. That one hits the inside corner, making it a 2-1 count. Next pitch on the way, 2-2, hits the inside corner again. Two-two delivery by Rafalski. Fouled off. Count will stay the same. Another 2-2 delivery. Outside, full count. Here's the payoff pitch. And it got him. So instead of a walk, it's going to be a hit by pitch. And Malillo will be on first with one out and Kurwoski up the bat.
Kurwoski is 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out in the second inning and struck out in the fifth inning. Trying to avoid the triple K. What do you call that, the big sombrero?
Golden sombrero was 4 strikeouts, hat tricks 3.
Got it.
Next pitch, this one's popped up. Bit of a campfire for it, and Googans will make the catch for the second out. So the good news for him is he doesn't get a hat trick of strikeouts, but the bad news is he still flew out.
Still 0 for 3, and now Mike Woolley steps up, who's 0 for 2, grounding out in the third inning and striking out in the sixth inning. Here he is with his third plate appearance. Top of the seventh inning here, but this is the final inning because we had a doubleheader.
Runner goes. Here's the pitch. Throw by Ferhella, and it's going to go into center field.
But crisis averted. Nothing to worry about there. Ferhella just got a little too excited, but good job by Gagnon backing up there.
So that eliminates the force out at second.
And I'm not sure, was that a ball or a strike that was thrown?
It was a ball.
So 1-0 the count.
Next pitch on the way, swung on a miss, strike 1, 1-1 count. Woolley looking to end insurance run to the lead for the Doubledays. And this one's going into left. And a diving catch in left field. And the catch made there by Ahlstrom. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Sports Center top 10 right there. Lays his whole body out to make the catch, and the score stays 3-2. Last lick's coming up for the Skunks, but Jason, I'm going to shift it over to you.
Yeah, nice job by Ahlstrom there. What a heck of a play to prevent possibly more damage being done here in the top of the seventh. So we're headed to the bottom of the seventh here. It is the final 3 outs for Jamestown, barring an opportunity to tie or even walk off with a victory. We've seen it happen before in the past. But before we get to the action on the field, let's thank another one of our sponsors. Support for WRFA's coverage of Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball is brought to you in part by the County of Chautauqua Industrial Development Agency. The Chautauqua County IDA is an economic development organization authorized and empowered by New York State to make Chautauqua County a better place to work, live, and visit. The IDA facilitates development by attracting new businesses. It also promotes the retention and expansion of existing businesses, and it offers business assistance in the form of tax abatements, low-interest loans, and bond financing, all of which enhances the opportunities for job creation and retention across Chautauqua County. The Chautauqua County IDA, a proud supporter of Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball on WRFA. For more information, call 716-661-8900 or visit ccida.com. Fans, it's time to put on your rally caps here at Diethrick Park because it is the bottom of the seventh inning and Jamestown is trailing by 1 run, and they've got a reliever coming in here to try to shut the door on Jamestown and also give Jamestown a clean sweep. 6 games, 6 losses by the hands of the Auburn Doubledays this season.
Yeah, and the pitcher coming in for the save, it's Michael Sills. He's a 6'1" right-hander from Cumming, Georgia, and is a junior at Wolford College.
Sills has 5 saves on the season. He has an ERA of 2.19, 18 strikeouts, just 6 walks. He's a true reliever and closer. He's had 12 games he's appeared in, pitching in just 12 1/3 inning. 9 hits given up, 9 runs given up. 3 of them have been earned, 6 walks, and again, 18 strikeouts. He does have 3 losses, though, 0-3 to go along with his 5 saves.
So that possibly would have been maybe a blown save or possibly coming in an extra inning and allowing a walk-off run. But the batters due up over Jamestown, Thompson, Gagnon, and Garth. Thompson does have good speed, so if he does get on base, he does, last I knew, he had at least more than 5 steals, but he's got to get on base first.
Yeah, it's imperative for Jamestown batters to watch these pitches here and try to make the pitcher work a little bit, unless you really see something that you like. Thompson has 6 stolen bases so far.
Sills' first pitch on the way, swung on and missed, strike 1.
That's some real good heat right there by Sills. Thompson takes a moment to readjust, steps back into the batter box. He gets set. Sills is just chomping at the bit here to throw the next pitch.
Oh, he's definitely ready. Here's the 0-1. That one almost got him in the helmet, but able to duck away from it and evens the count at 1s.
Well, he doesn't have the accuracy I thought he would have then. That was what you would definitely call a wild pitch. Thompson did everything he could to get out of the way of it. Making the count 1-1 here. We'll see if Sills is able to find the strike zone again here with this pitch.
Well, here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, he just might be doing nothing but throwing heat at this point. That was another nice fastball. Thompson well behind that one, so he's got to defend the plate now with a 1-2 count and no outs, Norm.
Indeed, and anything around the zone, take a hack at it. Here's the 1-2. Caught looking, strike 3 on the outside corner. Personally, I thought that was a little bit on the wide side, but the call's the call. 1 out, down, 2 more to go. Auburn looking to get the sweep, not just of this doubleheader, but like you said, a 6-0 sweep in a series all year.
Well, it's up to Kieran Gagnon and Drew Garth. Garth on deck, Gagnon at the plate. And here comes the pitch from Sills.
Outside corner, strike 1.
Gagnon did get a base hit in the 2nd inning and scored a run. He struck out in the 4th inning.
And the umpire not happy, warning the Jamestown players to stop the chirping.
And the Pew crew is giving him a lot of grief back.
Oh, somebody got ejected. The way he's motioning his hand, I think someone's gone. I'm not sure if it's a fan or if it's a player.
I think it's Drew Thompson.
Oh, it's Matt Thompson, yeah.
Or Matt Thompson, yeah.
Personally, I didn't think it was correct either. That pitch for strike 3, that was a bit on the wide side. Made the strike zone a little bit wider.
Well, that's the same umpire that called the ball fair that many said was foul, at least the entire bullpen of the Tarp Skunks along with me. But all the same, not doing himself any favors winning over Jamestown tonight.
Well, here's the 0-1. That one's low and outside, ball 1. And even regardless of this result, Jamestown had many chances to win both games. So, to me, it's a bit illegitimate. But that, again, that's just an opinion. 1-1 pitch, though, on the way. Low and outside, 2-1.
So 2-1 the count now. Sills trying to bring the heat. He's got a wicked fastball, that's for sure.
Next pitch on the way, swung on and missed, strike 2. If I had to take a guess, I think maybe mid-90s.
Sure seems like it's coming in fast. Jamestown has yet to make contact here.
Now he's been turning the bats into Swiss cheese. But count still 2-2. Here comes the next pitch. That one low and inside. Almost looked a little similar on the opposite end of the pitch that Thompson was called out on. But I'll say it, Thompson's ejection, that's the first one we've seen at Diethrick all year.
Here's the 3-2 to Gagnon.
Payoff pitch, fouled off, so finally some contact. That's a start. Now got to get into fair territory in an open prairie. Take 2 on the payoff. It's going to be a chopper over to short. Fielded. Get there, young man. And he's safe. So Gagnon with an infield single. Jamestown not going gently into that good night. And coming up to bat, he already has a walk-off hit on the season. Drew Garth.
Yeah, Drew Garth has already got a base hit tonight, and he flew out in the 4th inning, so he's 1 for 2. And Jamestown trying to keep things going here with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning of a 7-inning ball game because of it being a doubleheader.
I wonder if Gagnon's going to take off the next pitch or two. You got to get in the scoring position and also eliminate the double play. But here's the pitch. Inside corner, strike 1.
Cummins standing 6'1", by the way. Sills standing 6'1", coming from Cumming, Georgia. He's a junior at Wolford College, if folks are wondering where he's from. 0-1 the count here with 1 out. Runner at first base.
Next one swung on and missed, strike 2. Garth wanted that walk-off homer, but just felt the breeze.
Yeah, Gagnon not taking a huge lead off at first base either. With a runner on, you don't want to see a pickoff here. So he's pretty conservative with his leadoff.
Let's see what he does here as the pitch is thrown. Inside, 1-2.
That just missed the inside edge of the plate for a possible strike 3, but it was a ball. Fans are making noise here. Jamestown down by 1 run, 3-2 the score here against Auburn.
Next pitch on the way, Gagnon goes. It's inside, heading to second. He's safe. Ball goes to the center and give Gagnon a blackjack. 21 steals on the year, and he's again the team leader in steals. 1 away from tying Hayden Hunt's single-season record.
Maybe more important than the personal achievements, though, Norm, is the fact that he's in scoring position with just 1 out here. This pitcher is hittable, as Gagnon showed with that nice little infield hit that he burned out. We'll see if Drew Garth can get a hit here. It is 2-2 count against Garth, and we got the catcher, Stang, coming out to talk to Sills and talk things over here. Maybe Stang has a bit of advice.
And Skunk players being told to back up. They were going past that dugout. Yeah, there's a certain part that a player cannot cross.
Yeah, I think you got to stay in the dirt. You can't jump on the grass there.
Well, count here's 2-2. A base hit can drive home Gagnon and force possibly an extra inning, but there is just 1 out, so a chance to not only tie it, but possibly walk it off in 7. Sills looking to just get the 2nd out. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 3. I thought he was going to get rung up on that one the way that looked, but if you're a Skunks fan, you will happily take that.
Well, we got another full count here, 3-2.
Same situation that Thompson was in. But let's see if Garth can get a hit and reverse the tide. Gagnon's taking off. It's going to go into right field, and it's caught. It is caught, throw to second. Oh, he misplayed it. It bounced off his glove. And the Skunks get a reprieve.
Yeah, crisis averted for sure, Norm. That would have been the ball game there if the throw would have been clean and fielded cleanly by the shortstop. But instead, Jamestown gets a new life. 4 outs, I guess you would call it, because that was definitely out number 3, but it was an errant throw, miscue. And so Jamestown getting another opportunity here. Drew Garth couldn't get it done. We'll see if number 24, Colin Houck, can get it done. He is 0 for 2 on the night. Hit a sacrifice fly with an RBI in the 2nd inning and grounded out in the 5th inning. But with 2 outs here, he needs to get on base or get a base hit. Gagnon will be running on contact here. That was
With 2
so
outs, you
close
have
to being a base hit by Garth, too. It's a shame.
I thought that was going to drop for a moment, but it hung just, I would say, 2 seconds too long. Sills looking to close it out. Here's the pitch, and that's low, ball 1. And second opinion from the base umpire for a check swing, but from my view, clearly he did not go around.
Fans are making some noise here with the 1-0 count. 2 outs, runner at second. Jamestown down by 1 run, down to their last out.
Here's the 1-0. That's low, 2-0. It doesn't have to necessarily be a deep hit. Gagnon's got the speed. There are open lanes in the outfield. If he could aim it at one of them, tying run could score. 2-0 pitch. Outside ball 3. Gagnon's heading to third, and he's 90 feet away from tying this game. The Cardiac Skunks at work once again. A lot of the Skunk fans, from what I see in the bleachers, some of them on their feet.
That is a 3-0 count, Norm.
Yes, it is.
Colin Houck may just let this one go. If I was Auburn, I would just possibly walk him and try for the force out at second or first for the next batter, since you already had a 3-0 count.
And looks like they did just that. So Houck will get a 4-pitch walk, and it's going to be up to extra hitter Connor Bendeck, unless they're going to choose to use a pinch hitter here. And they are. So Bendeck's going to get pulled, and it appears it's going to be Luke Fuller that's going to be pinch hitting.
Luke Fuller was in last game, and he was 0 for 2, hit by a pitch as well in the prior game.
And they got a pinch runner out for Houck, too. It's going to be Zach Kent.
Well, Zach Kent represents the go-ahead run. Kieran Gagnon represents the tying run. He's at third. Kent is over there at first. And they're going to call timeout here really quickly for Coach Bazil to talk it over with his 2 runners. In the meantime, we have the defense ready to roll here after they talk with their pitcher, Sills. Never a dull moment here at Diethrick Park, though. You know, this
Oh, no.
definitely is an anticlimactic ending with runners at the corners with 2 outs. And a pinch hitter coming in here with Luke Fuller. Pinch hitting for Connor Bendeck.
And personally, I think it's the right move. From what we talked about with Bendeck statistically, a bit risky. So, at Fuller, he's got a decent swing and he's got some good power. We've seen it. A simple base hit can drive home Gagnon. Skunk fans, hold your breath. And they're just going to let Kent take second.
So Kent now in scoring position.
Yep.
With 2 outs here, you got to imagine they're going to run on contact. A base hit may win this ball game. Definitely would tie it up.
They've had 3 walk-off wins here at Diethrick this year. They're looking for a 4th one. Sills looking to close it out. Outside, ball 1.
2.
Or ball 2, excuse me.
Fans are really making some noise here now.
And
This is what it's all about. A lot of drama at Diethrick Park right now. Everybody on their feet.
Skunk players encouraging the fans to cheer. It's a 2-0 count to Fuller, and they're going to intentionally walk him so that way there's a force at any base, and it's going to be up to Alex Ahlstrom, the left fielder. Ahlstrom, so far, he's hitless. How would it be for a first hit to be a walk-off here at Diethrick? That would be big.
Especially basically a local guy from just up the road, 20-some miles in Dunkirk, New York, here in Chautauqua County, the northern city, Jamestown being the southern city of the county. So base is loaded. Alex Ahlstrom at the plate. Here's the pitch.
And outside ball 1, that was almost around the same area Thompson got run up on.
Sills is having a hard time finding the strike zone right now. You almost want to be a statue and just dare him to throw a couple of ball strikes right down the middle.
1-0 count. Outside corner, strike 1. anything around the zone, take that swing. You don't want to get caught looking to end the game. Better to go down fighting, but it's just strike one. 1-1 count, 2 outs, bases loaded. 1-run deficit, 3-2. Here's the pitch, outside, 2-1.
Well outside, almost got past the catcher Sting, but he was able to reel it in. So all the runners, all 3 of them, first, second, and third, stay at their respective bags. 2-1 the count here with 2 outs, bottom of the 7th.
Next pitch on the way, outside corner, strike 2. From my view, it did look like it painted it.
The umpire's getting a lot of grief from the fans, though. They felt like it was low. Ahlstrom is set. Sills is set. Here's the 2-2 count with 2 outs.
Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And another missed opportunity for Jamestown causes a loss, and not only do they get swept in the doubleheader, Auburn sweeps them for the entire season. And I think the umpires are trying to get the Auburn players to go back to their bench, the way it was looking. But in spite of all the controversies, Jamestown had plenty of chances to win these games, and umpires are not happy. They're going right into the dugout, but
no, the game's over. I don't know
game's
what
over.
are they going to enforce. I don't even know what they're angry about.
The game's over. Like,
I mean,
give them
the
a break.
players are going to be emotional when you just lose a game 3-2. But, they walked off the field, but they were shouting something, and I'm not exactly sure what it was all about. But the coaches shake hands, and they seem to be understanding that, emotions get high, and that's what happens. But whatever it was, something set the umpires off. All the same, the game's over. Unfortunately for Jamestown, they lose yet again to the Auburn Doubledays. They have now been swept. All 6 games that they've been scheduled to play against Auburn, they've lost. All of them except for one, a difference of 1 run.
Yeah, 4 of them were by 1 run. 1 was by 2.
Oh,
and then the
that's
7-0 loss. So they were in the games. They just couldn't get the job done when it was needed. But there is 5 games left in the season. This is where Jamestown needs to put the pedal to the metal, and I think winning out is a must for the possibility of playoffs.
Well, Jamestown's 21-16-1 here, so they're not out of it, but they got to put together a win streak here in their final 4 games. They're going to be at Geneva on Tuesday. They're going to be back here at Diethrick Park against Geneva on Wednesday. Thursday, they're at Niagara, and then they host Niagara for the final game. They got to win 3 at least, if not all 4 of those games to give themselves a chance, Norm. But we'll talk more about it on Wednesday night, obviously. We'll be back. You and I are calling that game as well, and I think Max Pinjator will be here for that Friday night game along with you. But all the same, tough loss for Jamestown. They were in it all the way until the 6th inning when Auburn pulled ahead with that double, and never looked back after that. But what a dramatic finish all the same, and that's what baseball's all about, a little bit of excitement, even if it doesn't always go your way. But good job calling tonight's doubleheader, Norm. We'll do it again on Wednesday with 1 game. Until then, take us home.
And with that, that's going to do it for tonight's doubleheader coverage of Jamestown Tarp Skunk Baseball on WRFA. And Game 2, Jamestown again stayed in it but couldn't hold on to their lead, falling 3-2 versus the Doubledays. Thank you to our studio engineer, Anthony Merchant, and for my broadcast partner as well as executive producer, Jason Sample. This is Norm Rodriguez saying thank you for listening to Jamestown Tarp Skunk Baseball on WRFA. We will see you again on Wednesday when the Skunks take on the Geneva Red Wings.